Hey guys, Doug here again. What's that? Something's different. Yeah. Oh, the shelving. Yes, the shelving is different. You know you're getting old when you start renovating your renovations. And this week I did a little renovation and I ripped out a whole wall unit of this stuff. Actually, probably half of it still that went to junk. But I thought I would bring it home. I found written on the top of this, Doug Linker 2001. So I made this in 2001 for somebody else, and now it's back home to the workshop where it started, and that's about all it's good for now. And once I get organized, it'll be real nice to have it. Couple 3 weeks ago, I got put in charge of the kids' woodcraft at the church day camp, and I went through a whole bunch of different projects, ideas. I think this is probably my 4th year. You might remember the trebuchet. Well, here. I think we have a video on the trebuchet. We did the duck. I don't think I made a video about this one. The dancing duck. But regardless, this year ended up being a birdhouse because, where did I put it? I banged this together really quick. This is the Jacob's ladder. And I thought this would be a real fun craft for the kids until I got into it and thought about how my patience would be tested with all these little fingers trying to put these together and just me helping them out. So yeah, I thought I'd better pass on this project for a whole whack of kids and just me, because there may be a murder. So we don't want that in a day camp. So I had this up on my shelf upstairs, and looking at it, like I said, it was just a prototype I banged together just to see how it would work. And it's a fun thing, but I don't like it. I didn't put the effort into making it decent. So it just so happens we got these leftover pieces from Sean's cabin, where I made that towel drying rack with the 8 little sections that pull out. So we're going to make it out of this, and we're going to make it a little bit nicer than this one. So let's just get cracking, and I'll give you a few different options, and it's a fun, easy little project, and shouldn't take too long. These pieces here, it's 3/8 of an inch thick. It's 2 inches by 3 inches. Now, the board that I cut is only 1 3/4 in thickness, and who cares? You can play with it. Any size will work, but I'm using 3/8 by 1 3/4. I'm going to cut them about 3 inches long. All right. Need some ribbon. I bought 2 different colors here. Ideally, I would have got the cotton, more of a strap look, but this will work better than the purple. Now, when we fasten the ribbon to the wood, as you can see, this is just stapled on there with a stapler. You can use little tacks, little nails, or hot glue. But for me, in this project this time, I'm gonna try old super glue. I got a new super glue here that has a little brush in it. So I'm gonna use super glue, but you can use whatever you want to use. All right. I'm just gonna take these pieces here, and I'm gonna cut them 3 inches long. You need 8 pieces at 3 inches long. So this is 1 3/4 by 3 inches times 8. Got my 8 pieces cut. I'm just going to take some, well, maybe I'll use my belt sander, but just take a little piece of sandpaper, knock all the sharp edges off, and we'll be ready to get going. Okay, we got our 8 pieces all cleaned up. Let's take our ribbon. I'm going to put red in the middle, and I think I'll give it a very healthy 3 feet. So the middle is 1, and then for the outside edges, we're going to do 2. Okay, so we'll do green and red. 2 green, 1 red. Alright. If that's 3 inches, I'm going to mark 1.5 inches as center, making sure they're all nice and square, and I'm going to just lightly draw a line down the center on both sides. We're only going to use half of them, but we can erase them after. Then on each end we'll just go in roughly 3/8 all the way around. Like I said, just lightly. We mark centered and 3/8. I've got a piece of just regular cardboard here. And if you're anything like me, I get accused all the time of over tightening things. So all I'm doing is making little spacers that I can put in between the things. Ideally, well, I'll tell you what, I learned on the first time I made it, I kept pulling the ribbon too tight and stapling it, and there wasn't enough play in it. So I figured out if I give it a little spacer that it should be okay. So that's all I'm going to do here, and we'll talk about it again. But just making a bunch of little spacers, you know, 1/8 inch smaller than the blocks with the cardboard, and that will free up the ribbon that I can actually hold it fairly tight, and it gives you that space, and then it'll flow easier. Alright? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this crazy glue. Now this is going to be a little bit slower going than, say, hot glue. In fact, it might get awful tedious. But I'm going to put that on the inside of the 3/8 line on one side. I'll put the green ones on here first. Get them squared away on there. I'm going to have to hold them here for a minute, but I find that the super glue is going to bite more than, say, the hot glue will. So the 3/8 line, I put the ribbon just inside the 3/8 line. Okay? Then we're going to go over and do the same thing, only we're going to do it centered on the with the red one. Okay? Same idea, just hold around there once we get it where we think we want it centered. Yeah, hot glue would be just dab and stick, but it doesn't, it won't have the holding power that the super glue will in the long run. So this could get a little tedious, but it'll be better in the long run. Okay. Then we're just going to lay that back down again, and this is where our spacer is going to come in. So we're going to put the spacer on here, and then we'll just lay these over the spacer this way. Alright, we'll take our piece of wood, and again we'll just do one side at a time with the 3/8. Could do that a little bit lighter, I think, but pull that up. Hold that till the glue sets. Try to do the other one at the same time, which is crazy. We'll get this next one set here, and then we'll go high speed, because like I said, I didn't really account for the time it would take for the set. Hot glue would be better, but this will be stronger, so might as well do it right the first time. Put a little dab in the center on this one. Bring the red one over this way. touch it on there. Glue your fingers to the wood. But really, that's it. So, with that spacer underneath there. And then we go again. Alright, so that's where we're at, and let's speed this up a bit. Starting now. I'm just going to take my knife here. So my healthy 3 feet of ribbon as well was quite long. But better to be too long than to run out. So it's pretty cheap stuff. I cut all my little ends off here. Alright, got all my spacers in here. Before we go any further, let's see if this sucker works. One more. Alright, moment of truth. There we go. A little bit tight. Let's kind of loosen them up a bit. Just give her just a little bit of stretch. The more you use it, the better it becomes. But there we go. Now we're working. I've seen pictures, and whereas the picture will actually change when you flip it down. There's a picture, and it just kind of flips around and becomes a different picture. That's pretty fun. But anyway, I can't call this done yet until I put a little bit of oil on there and make that pop, and then we'll call her a day. I was going to put some mineral oil on there. Gonna get that ribbon all wet with oil, but I have no concerns about it. It'll dry. Now you say to me, Doug, why don't you do that before you put it all together? And I would say, because I wanted the best bond I could get with the glue to stick to the bare dry wood. Look at that grain popping out of there. My goodness, I get too excited about the spalting in this wood. I was the same way with the last video. I deleted a bunch of clips where I was gushing over the wood. Alright, I'll finish this up and we'll close her out. Alright guys, here's our little project all oiled up, and yeah, it's working very slick. Oh. I could do this all day. This reminds me of when I did the climbing man. I played with them. But fun little toy. Give her a try. It's like fairly simple. The thing you got to work on is the spacing, and make sure you don't get that too tight. Even with that spacer, I bet you I could go a little bit thicker. But anyway, it's working now. But there you go. One Jacob's Ladder project. So hope you like this video, and I will definitely catch you on the next one. See you guys.